The Economic Freedom Fighters, the EFF, has rubbished claims that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has resigned from the party. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has been a trending topic on social media as rumors about him quitting the EFF have been widely shared, not only on X but on other platforms. Now, I will say this, it does seem that all these rumors about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi quitting the EFF are mostly coming from social media. So taking a look at those posts, one user posted Dr. Mbuyiseni Quentin Ndlozi has also submitted a resignation letter to the EFF leadership. Now Julius Malema really has to do some self-introspection. Now, going off the replies on this particular post, a lot of people are saying that they wouldn't be surprised if this was the case. And if you did listen to the EFF President Julius Malema addressing the ground forces in Soweto, Orlando, you would have heard Julius Malema telling those that have been silent and those that are vying or eyeing for positions of power within the EFF should just leave now. But taking a look at another post about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, Phil Mpela posted the following: "If it's true, I don't blame Mbuyiseni Ndlozi for resigning from the EFF. What happened at the press conference was disrespectful, emasculating, and unnecessarily petty." Again, Phil is pointing to Julius Malema's speech, and it does seem that a lot of people definitely do agree with what he posted over there. Now, of course, we do know that rumors, especially on social media, do grow and start to take on a life on its own. And so the EFF national spokesperson, Leanne Mathis, dismissed the claims of Ndlozi's exit with a single word on social media. So the EFF spokesperson quote-tweeted this particular post about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi submitting his resignation letter to the EFF leadership and replied with the word rubbish. Well, that is what the EFF spokesperson had to say about all of this. Now, a lot of people were definitely curious exactly what does Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has to say about all the rumors of him submitting his resignation letter to the EFF. Well, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi at around midday today posted the following image on his social media. Now, do keep in mind that this is Ndlozi's first post on social media since Julius Malema's speech. So going off the post itself, he's got a mic in hand and I'm assuming the man is about getting ready to speak. Now, a lot of people, especially on social media, have called on Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to take his lady and leave the EFF as Julius Malema has instructed in his speech. Now, apart from Mbuyiseni Ndlozi trending on social media, writer, director, and artist Mabato Moncho has also been in the spotlight on the social media trends for her social media activity, which has seemingly landed her husband, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, in trouble with the Economic Freedom Fighters leader, Julius Malema. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is currently an EFF MP, and with the scandalous exit of the Deputy President Floyd Shivambu, social media users have been scrutinizing every small thing that they feel is associated with the party EFF. Now, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's partner, Moncho, was caught liking Floyd Shivambu's post on Instagram in which the new Umkhonto weSizwe party member wrote the following: "The time comes in the life of any nation when there remain only two choices, submit or fight. The time has now come to South Africa. We shall not submit and we have no choice but to hit back by all means in our power in defense of our people, our future and our freedom." 16 December 1961. Now, this particular post by Floyd Shivambu was reportedly liked by Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's partner. And the EFF leader Julius Malema dedicated a whole section of his speech to EFF ground forces to partners liking posts of Umkhonto weSizwe members.
"I'm willing to give you a simple task and go and look at what those closest to them are saying and how they are behaving. A leader of the EFF who is well known in the EFF, who's very popular in social media, on television, radio, and everywhere else. The EFF gets under attack. These leaders do not say anything, but because they don't know where they stand. But there is a practical way to find out where they stand. Just go and look at where their parents stand. Look at where their relatives stand. Look at where their spouses stand. You will know that those closest to them are speaking on their behalf because they whispered into their ears. How can someone say the decision to join Umkhonto weSizwe is the best decision ever taken? And my wife Mantra is the first one to like such a thing. And you say Julius Malema is with us. When the partner likes the things that seeks to denounce the organization and where the organization stands, where the relatives, where the cousins and siblings have declared where they stand, and you still ask yourself, where does this leader stand? Look at those around him and you will know where these leaders stand. Comrades, there is no one who must not declare their confidence in the EFF. Those who choose to be silent during the attack of the EFF, we must know them for being the silent enemies of our organization, and they must be treated as such. Comrades, do not make the mistake of choosing people tomorrow who are too ashamed to choose you today. You are too busy following other resignations, popularizing certain people that they must take over, yet they are silent when people decided to abandon you. Why can't they choose you? Why do you keep on choosing the people who never choose you when it is time for them to choose you? They are telling you silently that as the movement recovers from a difficult elections and is surrounded by vultures, they do not choose you. They are choosing what looks like greener pastures. Many of them are opportunistic because they want to see whether they will emerge in the upcoming Third National People's Assembly before they decide whether they will remain in the EFF or not. Many of them are using the Third National People's Assembly as a threat that if they do not get elected or are not part of the leadership discussions leading up to the conference, then they will leave and join MKP. We must never be blackmailed by those who want to threaten us with leaving after the Third National People's Assembly. I want to say to them, leave now. Leave now so that we can know how many soldiers we have in this struggle to liberate our people. You must leave today because nothing is going to change between now and December. Nothing is going to change now and in the future. The future looks bright because we determine it today. We are here to make our destiny for how the future looks like tomorrow. Leave now. We have no reason to beg anyone. If you want to leave, leave now and leave us alone. Even if we are alone, we'll always continue to speak truth to power. It's very painful to count the soldiers you don't have. Fellow fighters, none of you should allow anyone to bargain their loyalty for position. Anyone who bargains their loyalty in exchange for a position or deployment is an enemy agent who must be identified and isolated from our movement. Your silence has told us enough about your character. We do not need people who are considering their options in the EFF. We do not need people who are willing to sacrifice principle in exchange for blue lights in the EFF. We only need people who are loyal to this movement and loyal to our people no matter what.
Now, since Julius Malema's speech, a lot of social media users have speculated that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi might be the next one to jump ship to the former President Jacob Zuma's Umkhonto weSizwe party. So taking a look at some of the comments and replies on social media, one user wrote the following: Julius Malema doesn't only monitor your social media, he monitors even your family and relatives' reactions. Just a like or a retweet can make you be expelled in the EFF. I'm bleeding for Dr. Ndlozi. This is abuse. Now, one user actually replied to this and wrote, CIC Malema's speech explains that the constitution of EFF requires loyal members to defend the EFF. Family members are also expected to defend EFF because if they do the opposite, the EFF members is in trouble. SAPS also monitors social media posts of South Africans as EFF does on its members. So yeah, there is two sides of the argument. Now, another user wrote the following: Mabato is such a decent lady, no drama, just a focus queen keeping a low profile. Now she's trending for wrong things because of that self-centered, egocentric, loudmouth imbecile. Ndlozi, take your lady and leave now. Now, a lot of people liked this particular post over here, but there was also replies to it. One user wrote, Malema is right. Mabato became a Mickey Mouse revolutionary behind her boyfriend Ndlozi. She deserves this. And over there are two images of Mabato donning the EFF attire. So going off these two images, one would assume that Mabato is 100% an EFF member. So I agree, it is a little bit odd for her to like a MK party member's post. Although if you do read back Floyd Chivambu's post, yes, it does have an Umkhonto weSizwe image over there, but the message itself is not really exclusive to Umkhonto weSizwe. It's about a time when a nation has only two options or choices remaining to itself: fighting or submitting. And the caption simply says that we shall not submit. This is a message where one doesn't really have to be an Umkhonto weSizwe party member to understand and appreciate the post, the caption. But the commander-in-chief of the economic freedom fighters, Julius Malema, has definitely taken a lot of shots on social media. Though as of making this video, the rumors that Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has resigned from the EFF have been labeled as rubbish by the EFF spokesperson.